All right, before John goes, though, I want to add to that introduction a little bit because although Miss Rogers has known John for a long time, much more just from a football perspective. I've watched John as a football fan and a football coach, and I was asking Miss Rogers last night, you know, how long has John been out of the league? How long have you been out of the league? You know?
This is my fifth year out.
Fifth year out of the league, and then how long were you in Denver? So he's in 4. So that's 9 years ago since the last time he played in Tampa. And of course, those of us who are a little bit older here, all right, we understand and remember every single moment that this man played on the field for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, through some of the tough years and then through the best years. But I was thinking for some of you who are like 16 years old, you were about 7 years old when John played his last game in Tampa Bay. So some of you may not really know the impact that this guy had on our community and had as a football player, and as Ms. Rogers mentioned, beyond. He is without a question, all these modern safeties that you see, that are great athletes, that are huge hitters, he is without question the guy who is really the best at that, the ultimate hitter. He brought into the phrase, into the NFL, the phrase friendly fire, which meant more of his own teammates got hurt because he was just throwing his body around making tackles than anybody else. But I just wanted to say this, and I haven't spent a lot of time talking to John or things like that, but the one thing I know as a coach is you can watch people on the field, and we're all clad in our armor, our helmets, and everything we got. But if you're a real football guy, what's inside of that person pours out of that uniform. And that's what I want you guys to express every Friday night when you go to play. That people should see your uniform and your helmet, all right, but they should see your heart pour out on the field, all right? And as a coach, if you say that, hey, that's the kind of guy that I want to play for me, that's the kind of guy that any coach ever would want to play for them. The guy who does the right things off the field, the guy who makes contact, real contact with the community, and the guy who on the field gives everything that he has, regardless of the moment, regardless of the situation. Every play always lived in and of itself, and this guy made the best of it. I don't know anything about Hall of Fame voting and things like that, but if this guy doesn't make the NFL Hall of Fame, then there's something wrong. Because without any question, one of the greatest players I've ever seen, and from everything that I know, one of the great men who've ever been in the NFL, I give you John Lynch.
Thank you, Andrea. Guys, it's a pleasure to be here. This is fun for me, and Coach got me ready to go play with you. I don't get to do this anymore, and you guys have that opportunity. You've got so much to look forward to. These are great times in your life, fellas, and I know it's tough during these two-a-days, but it's all worth it. And believe me, looking back, when you can't do it anymore, now I get to talk about it. That's what I do for a living. Because, but you know, playing and having a dream and getting to live out that dream's opened up so many opportunities for me. One of them, I still feel like I don't work. I get to go talk about football every weekend. I have to leave my family. That's tough. But I get to go because I love it. I love everything about the game, and because I played and because I handled myself well with the media and whatnot, it afforded me another opportunity. Now I have a whole another career. I work for the NFL on Fox, you know, that's awesome. But you know, I've heard a lot about what you guys have done here at Plant on the field. I know you've had much success. I think another championship last year. Is that correct? So congratulations to the guys that were a part of that. And you know, the great thing about football, that doesn't matter anymore. You know, it's what are you going to do now? And that's frankly, guys, I think what you'll learn when you're done with it, the thing that you can't get anywhere else in life, and why really take this in, because the opportunity to prove yourself every day, that's what I miss most. The competition. People talk about camaraderie. That's wonderful. I still have camaraderie. I'm still friends with Derek Brooks, Rondé Barber, Warren Sapp. We all talk all the time. We still have that camaraderie. What we can't do is go lay it on the line together each and every week. You know, what an awesome deal. You guys won state, but what are you going to do right now? I had an opportunity. Coach John Fox brought me in to talk to the Denver Broncos on their first day of training camp. And there's a lot of excitement out there right now because they've got a guy named Peyton Manning in the building. My whole message to them was, you know, you guys became legitimate contenders the day number 18 walked in the building, but if that's the only reason you think you're going to win a championship, then you're mistaken. And I went on to talk and challenge some of the guys about everyone's got to play a part, and I think you guys know that at Plant. It's not just the star players, the guys in the red jerseys. They get all the publicity, and there's a lot that goes on with that position. I respect the heck out of guys that play, but it's everybody, whether you're on the field, whether you're in the classroom, whether you're out in the community representing the Plant program. That's what it takes to be great. And you guys obviously understand that there, but again, you got to do it each and every year. You got to do it each and every day, and that's really the people I've watched in life. My parents taught me early on, you want to be successful, study successful people. And the people that are successful, they find a way each and every day, whether it is in the classroom, whether it's on the practice field, whether it's at their business, in their jobs, they find a way to get better each and every day. You don't hit the highs and the lows. You find a way to consistently get better. And fellas, you keep stacking good day after good day after good day after good day, all of a sudden you're pretty darn good. And that's really as a person, as a team. I'll give you an example of Peyton Manning. I competed against that guy, tried to compete against him for a long time, and he broke my heart numerous times. He's as good a player as I've ever played against. But I have never seen anything like now being in Denver, and Peyton and I are good friends, so I've got to observe this guy's work ethic, the way he works. He's one of the greatest players in the history of the game. He's coming back from a tough injury, so he's got that to deal with. But more so the hours he puts in. It's the off season, and that guy was there at the building from 7:30 in the morning till 8:30 at night in the off season. And granted, it was a transition, but it was every day. See, certain guys, and it happens every year. I used to watch him play and say, "Hey, this year's going to be. I'm gonna study like I've never studied. I'm gonna train like I've never trained, or in the classroom. I'm gonna hit those books like I've never hit them before." But they do it for about 4 days, and then they say, "Well, I've got this, I've got a conflict on this day," and all of a sudden they stop doing it. And that happens, believe me, even at the highest level. What separates this guy, he's obviously a wonderful talent, but he does it every day. I was talking to the coaches there in Denver. He did not miss a day this offseason. It's that consistency and not only working hard, but working smart. You guys obviously understand that here. I know you have a wonderful program that Andrea has told me, Mrs. Rogers, excuse me, a little bit about in this TrainUp program. And guys, I've looked at the materials, and I've seen the statistics. I just heard that your grade point average raised by 78%. That's awesome. And you guys, life's really about opportunities, and I think you earn your opportunities. These opportunities are coming available to you because you guys laid it on the line to come out here, and part of that, and I applaud Coach Weiner for doing it, is that's part of this program. It's a wonderful opportunity. Life skills are something that, if I could tell you how many guys that would have had great NFL careers, but they just didn't understand how to handle themselves. It wasn't that they were dumb. It wasn't that they were stupid. It wasn't that they were just looking for trouble. They didn't know how to make decisions in life. They didn't know that there were consequences because they've been oftentimes brought along because they were great players, and things were overlooked in their life. They didn't understand that there were consequences. That's life, fellas. There's consequences for every decision you make. But you got to learn to make good decisions. You guys have a wonderful program at your disposal. I would tell you, take advantage of that. Take advantage of your opportunities. Work hard in the classroom because that transfers to the field. Work hard on the field because it transfers to the classroom. If any of you dream on someday doing this for a living, that's awesome. I tell people all the time, I thank my parents every day because a lot of, I think when my dad played in the NFL for like a cup of coffee. He played 2 years for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so from the time I was 8 years old, that's what I wanted to do. And I told my parents that, and instead of saying, "Son, only 0.019% of the people that want to do that actually get an opportunity," they said, "That's wonderful, but here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to work hard in the classroom, harder than anybody else, because you got to go to college to play in the NFL. You're going to have to not get in trouble, and if you do, we're going to pull football from you. We know that's what you love most." And believe me, it happened to me when I was 9 years old. They pulled football from me. When I was 12 years old, again, I screwed up in the classroom, and they pulled football. So I learned that there were consequences. I had that at home, but you know, they encourage me to dream. I encourage you guys to dream, because whether you get there or not, you're going to be better off for it. You know, take advantage of this program. It's a wonderful deal. I wish you guys the best of luck this year in your quest to go win another state championship. I understand there's a lot of talent on this team. Just talking to Mrs. Rogers. But it's about more than talent, fellas. It's about a team. It's about coming together. It's about having a goal, and it's one thing to have a goal, but it's about taking those steps and that consistent work every single day. But it's also sometimes about taking a little rest and getting home and getting away from football. And I know Coach has or I'll announce it for you. Coach is going to send you home today. You guys good with that?
Oh,
Gotta get some booze.
But go ahead, Coach. You tell them what the plan for the day. But thank you guys. I appreciate your
Let's
attention.
get it up. It's truly, I mean, I know you all have had a lot of guest speakers come through, and they've all...
Coach. Before you linemen take anything what this guy said, he wasn't a real man because he never had his hand on the ground, all right? All right, you hear that? All right, he was all right for a little safety boy. All you guys at skill position, but he never put his hand on the ground. He comes over and good. Carry on.
But here's the deal, John was a safety and still looks like a safety. Brad was a defensive lineman and now looks like a wideout. So we changed that up a little. That was a compliment. But we got a couple of things. I just want you to know, what a special thing it is to have John here today, and I want y'all to make sure that you understand that. You go home today, I'm giving you a little extra time. All right, you can Google John Lynch and check out some of his highlight films from when he was with the Bucs. You need to watch the Broncos stuff. All right, but when he was with the Bucs and all the great things he did, and really one of the driving forces that took the Bucs to their only Super Bowl championship. So check that out a little bit. But on behalf of John coming to speak to you, we brought you out here this morning really just for that. All right, I'm going to send you home from this point on. Remember, you got your gold cards. You can spend the day selling those today. Remember, we're back tonight at 5:30 for scrimmage. All right, starts at 6 o'clock. You got to be here by 5:30, full gear for scrimmage tonight. We'll be ready to go. Tomorrow, what we're going to do, just so you know the schedule, tomorrow we're going to come in. You got to be in by 9:30. We are going to blitz with our gold cards from 10 to 12. We're going to blitz with our gold cards from 10 to 12 tomorrow. And then after that, there is a wide receiver meeting tomorrow at 2 o'clock.